So I read this article online. Apparently, Vince McMahon says this is the low point of the WWE. Now, this is a week ago. So October 2014, according to Vince McMahon, is the lowest point in World Wrestling Entertainment in terms of star power. I'm sorry. But Vince McMahon was once looked at as a genius. And you can look at what he did with Raw, opening that up, WrestleMania. Yeah, Vince McMahon is a genius. Vince McMahon has revolutionized the sport of pro wrestling. Vince McMahon has made it into a billion-dollar industry, an entertainment industry, a mainstream industry. But in 2014, Vince McMahon is an idiot. I'm sorry to say it, but Vince McMahon is an idiot. How can you sit here when you have, I'm sorry, in the hearts and the minds of pro wrestling, of real pro wrestling fans, the WWE has the most richest roster of wrestling talent that they've had in a while. Ziggler, Cesaro, Wyatt. Okay? You got Sheamus, Sandow. Let's look at the guys that they have in NXT. Rollins, Ambrose, Reigns. All right? Technically, they still have Bryan, but, you got to look at you're not going to have him. But still, they have all these guys. They have a plethora of talent. Kofi Kingston, I tell you, if that kid is used right, that kid's a star. All right? I mean, Ziggler and Cesaro are guys that should be the main event already. But for Vince McMahon to sit there and say, I don't have any star power, we're lacking star power, and because of that, he's bringing guys like Hulk Hogan, Rock, Flair. He's begging Austin to come back. He's begging the Dudley Boys to come. That's another thing. You have Goldust and Cody Rhodes, they've done wonders with their gimmick. The Usos are incredible. I mean, is Vince McMahon on another planet? We're lacking star power. No, Vince, you make stars. Because, when WCW lacked star power, when Hogan left and Flair left, they didn't develop anybody. They were stuck with Scott Steiner as their world champion. And it was the beginning of the end. They had a couple of guys, but, I mean, only so much you can have Booker T be the lone face in the company. Vince McMahon, to me, he's smarter than this. This comment surprised me. The WWE is lacking star power. Come on, Vince, really? Really? No, you make stars. You're the WWE. You're the wrestling machine. You make stars. You have NXT, which by far is more entertaining than SmackDown and Raw combined. Don't tell me you don't have any star power, Vince. You make stars. Come on. I mean, I know you've had a history of, having stars in front of you and botching them, a la Mr. Kennedy and Matt Morgan, but come on, Vince. You can make stars. You're Vince McMahon. You're the WWE. Don't tell me you don't have star power. This is what you do. Stop giving Cena every main event. Stop giving Orton every main event. Stop putting Kane in there. Let the young guys shine. You're turning into what you bought out of business, Vince. You're turning into WCW. You're not developing any stars. You know who develops the stars in the WWE? The fans. The fans latched on to Dean Ambrose. The fans latched on to Roman Reigns. WWE had no clue what the hell they were doing. If it was up to WWE, they'd have Cena vs. Orton every year at WrestleMania. They'd still have Kane wrestling. They still have the Big Show and Mark Henry wrestling. Come on. I mean, there comes a time when you have to admit that sometimes the WWE does not know what's in front of them in terms of talent. I mean, let's face it. Again, the Wolves in TNA, WWE had them. They had the Wolves signed. Triple H let them go. Triple H said, quote, The Wolves are too small. What? What? And now the Wolves are putting in 5-star matches on TNA Impact. And it's a shame because nobody watches it. Impact, what's that? TNA? Impact? Impact. Isn't that a word in a dictionary? Impact? Impact? I'm flabbergasted by that statement by Vince McMahon. You cannot sit there and say you don't have any star power. Vince, come on, baby. Come on, Vinnie Mac. Let's go. Come on. You develop these stars. You develop them. You don't keep running Cena out there. You know what Cena's becoming? Cena's becoming the Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash of WCW in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's what he's becoming. He never loses. He can't, he's not allowed to lose. Vince won't let him lose. Vince won't let him not be the main event of WrestleMania. It had to kill Vince that Cena wasn't in the main event this year. It had to kill Vince. Make stars. You can do it. It's not that hard, Vince. You have the talent in front of you. As I said again, Ziggler, Cesaro, Rollins, Ambrose, Reigns, NXT. You have stars. You just picked up Kenta and Kevin Steen from Japan Wrestling and Ring of Honor. You got stars, Vince. Cut it out. Use them. It's called... You can't see the stars, Vince, because you're blinded by John Cena. Wake up and smell the coffee. You got pure wrestling talent in front of you. Use it. Signed, a professional wrestling fan.